Hi everyone, we have our gaming webinar as part of the Autism 2020 Virtual Expo by our CAN Network today. We will be hearing presentations from 4 fantastic young people, and afterwards there'll be an opportunity to ask them questions in a live Q&A to learn about their games of choice and how you can get involved. We've got a training mentor today helping me to run this session. That is Isaac de Gabriel. Isaac is in year 10 at St. James College, and I've been really lucky to work with Isaac since he was in year 7, and he's a fantastic leader. Isaac's going to be running the Q&A with our awesome young people today, so I'm going to hand over to Isaac.
Righty. So let's start off. Let's go with Elliot. So, Elliot, what's your name, school, and what's your game of choice?
Well, my name is Elliot, but you can call me Elush. I go to Leichhardt Sydney Secondary College in Sydney. And my game of choice is Splatoon 2 for the Nintendo Switch.
Tell me a bit about like the lore of Splatoon. Like what is it?
Well, so basically, so thousands of years ago, there were humans, obviously, because this game does actually take place on Earth. So we had plenty of issues, like lots of world wars and countless other smaller issues. And during the final World War, sorry, I just have to, wait a second. No, never mind. So during the final World War, they detonated a nuclear warhead in Antarctica, which melted all of the ice caps, and the incoming tsunami covered the entire planet, adding to the already catastrophic levels of water created by global warming. So humans tried to save themselves by building subterranean cities in these little dome things to hide from the tsunami, and some others tried cryogenically freezing themselves so they could wake up after it's all blown over. But that didn't work very well. But we do actually see humans in the game, but the only one we see is the professor who created Commander Tartar and also owned Judd the cat. And so Judd the cat is the only living mammal, and the professor froze him in a cryogenic freezing chamber along with a cloning machine so he could create a smaller Judd so he wouldn't be lonely. He got very popular with all of the Inklings because of his amazing ability to judge ink battles, and somehow he is still alive to this day. So there was a 10,000-year gap between the extinction of humanity and the beginning of the Mollusk era, which is when the games take place, and then a 2,000-year gap between the beginning of the Mollusk era and the present day. So I don't know how he's been alive for that long, but I have a theory. He uses the cloning machine to make a little Judd. Regular Judd dies. Little Judd grows up into regular Judd, who then makes another little Judd. And then regular Judd, previously little Judd, who is now regular Judd, dies. And little Judd grows into regular Judd. Repeat cycle until Splatoon 2.
Okay, so why should other people take interest in Splatoon 2 or Splatoon?
I would definitely recommend Splatoon 2 because it's fun. There's so many different game modes. Like, there's the regular turf war where you need to go around and ink other people's turf. Then there's also some other game modes like Clan Blitz, which a lot of people don't like. Splat zones where you have to cover a certain zone with your color of ink for a certain amount of time. But there's also some other modes like Salmon Run, where you fight a bunch of salmon. There's also the hero mode, where you play as Agent 4 and help Marie, who I don't have a picture of right now, but so you help her get her sister back, or her cousin actually. So they're part of the Squid Sisters, which is a dumb name considering they're not sisters, but they were the original news presenters in the original Splatoon. But in the story mode of Splatoon 2, Callie went missing because of the result of the final Splatfest of Splatoon 1, which was Callie versus Marie, which Marie won. Then Callie's been kidnapped and hypnotized, so you need to save her. I don't know what Agent 4 gets out of this, but they do it anyway.
That was great though, Elliot. Thank you. Would anyone like to ask Elliot any question?
I didn't even talk about the Great Turf War.
said something about the Great Turf War. What's the Great Turf War?
So, the Inklings and the Octolings, they live relatively comfortably together. But then the Octarians were like, no, we don't like what the Inklings are doing. So they started a war over the remaining land. And then Captain Cuttlefish was part of a group called the Squidbeaks Platoon. And thanks to them, the Inklings won. And as well as the Squidbeaks Platoon, the Inklings' victory is credited to their superior amount of limbs.
All right, so thank you, Elliot. Now we have Frankie, who's going to be talking about Pokemon is memorable. So when did you first become into Pokemon?
I first became interested in Pokemon when I was like maybe 5 years old, when I had my first ever Pokemon game, and that was my first ever DS game with my DS. It's Pokemon Soul Silver. No, I'll be able to see it because of the light. You see it?
Yeah, I can see.
That's when I started to get interested in it from early on. I actually really liked the idea because it was like my first ever game. My game attached to it really quickly.
So what is it about the game that makes you love it?
I just like the graphics and the way it's set out more than anything. But mostly it's because of nostalgia. I haven't really. This is like the first ever game I ever got, so I got quite attached to it more than anything else.
That's good. Yeah. What is playing Pokemon done for you? Like, what has gaming done for you?
When I play it, I really like it. It's made me like even more the way how there's like multiple games. Like there's multiple games in the series, so it made me quite attached to more than one of it. I don't know if you can see there.
Yeah.
Those type of stuff. Like all these stuff I have is all because of when I first really liked it. And I started to get more of these stuff because I really loved the first game I ever got, which was this one. I even got books and all that type of stuff because it turns out I really, really like it, and I even have a movie.
Oh yeah. Very nice. So why should other people take interest in Pokemon?
Well, it's been around for ages, and I think that the whole Pokemon franchise is very huge around the world internationally. I mean, it has cards, figurines, memorabilia, books, DVDs, TV shows, toys, plush toys, onesies, and like loads of stuff. So it's a really good idea to get started because it's actually quite fun. The whole concept is really unique.
Oh yeah. What's your favorite Pokemon? How about that?
Ooh, I would have to say Typhlosion. I don't have Typhlosion here, but I'd have to say Typhlosion. Let's see if I can find it in my book. The only reason I say Typhlosion because I've gotten attached to it because my first ever Pokemon I ever got.
Oh yeah, so it's
Both
like that
toy
special
and
connection.
in-game. So that's why I have such a huge nostalgia to it.
Oh,
Because I don't know if you can see Typhlosion there, the red one, the yellowish.
yeah. Oh, I think I can see it.
Yeah, that's why.
Very nice. All right. Well, thanks, Frankie. Has anyone got any questions? Chris?
Has Pokemon been a great way to meet other people?
Yeah, I would say so because the whole system is you can actually, if you have like a game, a version of Pokemon and someone else has it, you can link it and you can battle like wirelessly or online. So it's online battle trading and all that. So it's a good way to actually get people involved. And also Pokemon is such a huge thing that they have like going like maybe you might have Pokemon fans from like maybe they have a particular place where that people meet up. I think that's a particular place somewhere.
That's really good. All right. Any more questions? Yeah, Elliot?
What is your opinion on the Pokemon DLC for Sword and Shield?
I haven't really played it. I don't have a Nintendo Switch. I just have a DS and 3DS. I don't really like Sword and Shield for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe because I haven't played it. That's why I don't like it.
A lot of
'Cause it's
people think that the newer games are less good.
Yeah,
Another question: did you pick Sun or Moon?
I picked Moon for some
Nice.
reason.
You have good taste. But then which starter did you pick? That is the most important question.
Rowlet, because it's a dual typing for some reason. I don't know why I chose it.
Correct answer.
Yeah, it's either Rowlet or Rowlet or Popplio, but I chose Rowlet just because it's dual typing for some reason.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, Frankie. That was great.
Thanks.
Now let's have Theo.
Well, my full name is technically Theodore Fisher Rogers, but you can just call me Theo. I go to Westgarth Primary School in Northcote in Melbourne, and my game is Geometry Dash.
Oh yeah. So when did you first become into Geometry Dash?
Well, I was watching YouTube for a bit, and I found this video on Geometry Dash, and I was like, oh, this game looks good. And so I bought it, and this was back in November of 2018. I can't remember the exact date, but I remember it was when I was on a holiday in Tasmania, and I bought the game, and I was absolutely in love with it for like the rest of the holiday. Like, it was like the best game. And at first I was pretty bad at it because like everyone is bad at it when they first get it. Like, I remember playing the first level and being like, this is the first level?
Yeah.
This is this hard? And so instead I went straight to the level editor, and because I had seen someone use it in the video, and I tried to make my own levels. They weren't any good, and a lot of them I couldn't beat because you need to beat the level before you upload it to the servers. So I decided to make a level with auto level, which is basically a level where you don't have to tap anything. It just does it for you. And it's basically kind of like a movie of some sort. And that was the first ever level I uploaded. And every day I would come back to it and add a little bit more. Then I would update it and upload it. And I've become more attached to the game since I got it. I've become better at the game, and I've beaten more levels. I've beaten all of the official levels. That's Stereo Man is back on track, Polar Guys out. There's 21 of them.
Oh my god. Have you completed all of them, every single one?
Every single one of them.
That's
The
fucking
most attempts I took on one was Deadlocked, which took me 1,760, or maybe it was 1,670, either one of those two. And that's not even that much in the grand scheme of things, like compared to other people.
Wow, yeah, I understand that because I used to play a little Geometry Dash when I was a bit younger, and wow, like I could not complete all the levels. It was very hard, and at times there were times where I got so annoyed at it I just had to stop. But that's amazing how you completed all of the game. That's a real achievement, right?
That's not even the whole game, because there are online levels that I've beaten as well. And in the regular Rob Top levels, there are 3 demon levels. In total, I've beaten 55. And the hardest one of those was Club Step version 2, which are basically like spin-offs from the official levels, and Club Step is an official level, by Neptune, and it took me 1,825 attempts. And I was really impressed at myself when I beat it. I was extremely proud and really happy, and my reaction was pretty crazy.
Wow, that's
like my YouTube channel, you can see it. And I haven't beat a demon level in a while. That's because I've been focusing a lot on like making layouts, and the layouts are basically people can upload levels, and some of these levels take years to make. And I'm not that good at creating, so I find the most fun thing is to just create a layout, which is basically the gameplay for a level, and just try and make it as fun as possible and as like really just fun as possible. It's really not much to it.
That sounds amazing, there. Alrighty, so moving on. What is your favorite thing about this game that makes you love it?
Well, honestly, it feels like every time you beat something, there's something harder. Like, you can never complete the game, right? And even competing at a top level, most levels will take you like 10,000 attempts or something around there. There's even a fan-made website called pointercrate.com that has, it's basically a list of all the hardest levels in the game. And I'll just write it down here. I didn't put the HTTPS, but it's that website I put in chat. It's got a list of all the hardest levels in the game. And whenever a new hard level is rated, so basically rated means the developer of the game sees the level and he gives it a rating. For the lowest star rating is the easiest, and the highest star rating is the hardest. And so whenever a really hard level gets rated, the people that work for pointercrate.com will basically choose where it goes on the list of levels that are really hard. And they place it somewhere depending on how hard it is. They get, once people beat in it, they get opinions from those people and they place it on the list. And it's really cool. Right now, the hardest level is Tartarus by Riot and a lot of other people. It's a collaboration. And it was verified, basically, it was beaten first by Dolphy, and it is uploaded onto his account. And that's not the only side of the Geometry Dash community that there is. There's also the creating side, the people that make the levels. There are some people who just create levels and don't play the game that much by like beating levels. And then there's people who simply play levels and don't have much creating skill. And there are some people who do both.
Oh yeah.
Well.
So like it almost balances each other out with the amount of people who create and the amount of people who play.
Because you can't have like people who play hard levels if there are no hard levels to play.
Yeah, if there's no creators to create the hard levels.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah. Okay. So, and finally, so why should other people take interest in Geometry Dash?
Once you start to work your way up, you get a sense of accomplishment every time you beat a level, and it feels really good. And there's always something new to beat.
Alrighty. Now, moving on. Now, Seb has joined. Good to have you here, Seb.
My name is Sebastian Americus Rodriguez. I am currently homeschooled. I first became interested in Team Fortress 2 when quarantine hit. As of course I had a lot more free time than I usually did. So I just went on YouTube and just watched some YouTube videos, and then I eventually found this creator named Soundsmith, and he was creating videos for this video game called Team Fortress 2. I had heard of it, but I'd never played it. And so I got my interest, and then I went to Steam and I downloaded it, and then the rest is history. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I know Team Fortress 2 as well. I'm actually quite a big fan of it too. I know a lot about it, and you could say I'm like a nerd for Team Fortress 2. But yeah, I do enjoy it, and I have it on my PC as well. I play a little bit of it every now and then, sometimes with my friends, sometimes just on my own. Yeah. So, what is it about Team Fortress 2 that you love?
It's a lot of stuff that is just integral in the amazing part of TF2. There's a lot of weapons that are different and unique, and it's fun to play around with the good ones, but it's also fun to play with the bad ones. There's also a bunch of people that you can just talk to and have fun with, whether it's on your team or the enemies. It just doesn't matter. And the cosmetics and trading is also pretty nice. It's also one of the big points that drew me in, as I have an unhealthy obsession with customizing characters.
Oh yeah, I mean I understand that too. I got quite a bit of the cosmetics as well. So what has playing Team Fortress 2 done for you? Is it taking your mind off things? Has it? Yeah.
It's a very stress free area. Like it is a multiplayer online game, so there will be people better than you. But the thing is about like unlike other games, like you still feel happy. Like you won't get upset or frustrated on anything.
So it's like
So
it's fun, like either
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, yeah. And also
Oh,
it's just a great way to build community as well, as I've met a lot of people on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've met a lot of people on there too. It is quite a nice community. So why do you think other people should take interest in Team Fortress 2?
An amazing game. It's silly. It's funny. It's got great characters that you'll love. It's got a really good meta. It's just really nice. Like either you can play it competitively or not. You can just have casual fun. Like you can shoot people or throw someone a sandwich. And yeah.
The sounds of it, yes. Um, okay, I've got a question for you. What's your favorite character, and what's your favorite weapon for the character?
My favorite character is the scout, and my favorite weapon for him is the stock scattergun,
The stock scatter, yeah.
the weapon that you come.
So yeah, sometimes the stock weapons are just the best ones to use.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. And what would you say your least favorite character is?
I like all of them, but I feel like my least favorite one would have to be either sniper or demo man, since those require a lot of accuracy that I just kind of sometimes don't have at points.
Yeah,
Sometimes
you need a certain playing skill to play
Yeah.
them. Alrighty, well that's great. I mean, it's great to hear people still playing Team Fortress 2 because it really is a great game, and I thought people weren't playing it that much, but turns out that people still play it. Alrighty, well thank you, Seb. That was great. Now moving on. Finally, we have Luca.
My name is Luca Liebenberg and I attend Burundara Park Primary School. My interesting topic of today's presentation is Orcraft. Orcraft is a Minecraft server created by Canadian dad, Stuart Duncan, who is autistic himself and has 2 boys, one of whom is also autistic. It is the first Minecraft server in the world exclusively for autistic children and their families. As someone connected on social media to many families with autistic kids, Stuart was made aware that lots of these kids were being bullied on public Minecraft servers. In 2013, Stuart responded by creating a server called Orcraft, where autistic children could meet up and play together safely. I first became interested in Minecraft in 2017 when I was just 7 years old. I was introduced to the game by a friend and loved that I could build whatever I wanted within a world. I then progressed to enjoying survival mode as it made my gameplay better. Last year, my mum mentioned this server she heard about specifically for autistic kids and their families. She encouraged me to check it out immediately, and I knew it was where I wanted to play. I applied to be whitelisted as a player on Orcraft and have been obsessed with it ever since. I am passionate about Orcraft for a couple of reasons. Firstly, because I am autistic, I struggle with social situations and communication. I find reading people's facial expressions and social cues very challenging. With Orcraft, I am able to practice my social skills using the in-game chat function with lots of others. It is not as overwhelming as in real life because everyone is either autistic or involved with an autistic person, and therefore they are understanding, supportive, and patient. Secondly, since joining Orcraft, I have made some amazing friendships that are very important to me. Amongst these friends are older players and admins, as well as players my own age and younger. These friendships are part of my community and give me a sense of belonging. Older players and admins function as positive role models who I can look up to, learn, and model behavior from. When you are autistic, it is really important to have mentors in your life who understand autism and help guide the way. The admins on Orcraft do this really well. All players are supportive of each other and always willing to help with gaming questions or real-life problems. The admins that oversee and moderate the game go out of their way to get to know players as well as their families, which gives parents added peace of mind. My parents know most of the admins are in touch with them regularly. My mum also plays on the server, and because of this, she knows my friends. Warcraft has also encouraged me to take a leadership role and help others new to the game. Whenever a new player joins, an existing player will take them on a tour of the game, showing them around and running them through the game rules. Warcraft also has ranks which correspond to the responsibilities given to players for showing kindness, helping others, and maintaining an environment free of bullying. As the game is monitored all the time, if Stuart or another admin sees you doing something positive or helping another player, they may reward you with CBA, which means Caught Being Awesome, or Player of the Week. Both of these awards give players additional in-game points and act as positive reinforcement for maintaining the kind of playing environment Warcraft is becoming known for. Warcraft is important for people to know about because many autistic kids love gaming and Minecraft but don't feel safe playing or being themselves on public Minecraft servers. I think it is important that parents learn about Warcraft because it not only provides a safe and monitored place for their kids to play, but it helps them overcome some of their autistic challenges by learning how to socialize and regulate emotions in a supportive and inclusive environment. Another reason Warcraft is important is that there are rules that each player has to play by, and if they don't, there are consequences, just like real life. Admins are able to see when rules are broken either when they are in the game playing or when they are monitoring the game, which happens 24/7. Consequences range from minor to being banned from the server. Warcraft is important because it provides a sense of belonging and community. It's a safe place for autistic kids like me to build confidence. Warcraft has helped me grow and develop a sense of self. I am proud of being autistic and I'm equally proud of being a girl gamer. Before my experience on Warcraft, I would never have thought of presenting a talk like this, aiming for leadership roles at school, or standing firm on my convictions. People should take an interest in Warcraft for all the positives I have spoken about today. It's important that there are places on the internet that are inclusive and supportive of those with different abilities. Warcraft gives ASD kids who love Minecraft a safe place to play and hang out while getting comfortable with and improving their social and communication skills. Thank you.
Wow. I mean, Lucas, that was amazing.
Wow.
Bravo. That was astonishing.
That was fantastic.
Wow.
Fantastic.
That was amazing.
Quite something to listen to. Thanks so much, Luca.
And you're a really good public speaker too. Like you kept the audience engaged. You had a great voice. You made that eye contact. That's great. Honestly, I'm blown away. That was incredible.
I agree. Completely agree.
And the preparation was amazing. Well, bravo. Great job, Luca.
Thank you.
All right. You've answered everything. Has anyone got any questions? Theo?
So you said that the punches, and did I say punches? The punishments range from minor to being banned from the server. What are some of the punishments that aren't being banned from the server?
Not being able to speak in main chat or in a kind of like a jail, kind of.
Okay.
Stuff like, all right, okay.
Like he gets server muted or something. Anyone else got a question?
I just have, it's not so much a question, Luca, it's just a statement. I think you're very important to promote girl gamers. And I think your message on autistic pride is really important as well. That is our whole motto here. I'm very lucky to employ 40 autistic people, and together we we reach 1,500 autistic young people across Australia. So yeah, it's your message is really, really important, and we're very lucky to have you as part of the Expo. What do you think a good leader is?
Someone who's kind, helps others, and sets a positive role model.
Fantastic.
So I actually have two questions. One, when did you first start playing Minecraft?
In 2017,
Oh yeah. And what is your favorite thing about Minecraft? Like the gameplay?
being able to build whatever I want.
That's great. Yeah, I love that too. I love that side. Alrighty, well, thank you, Luca. That was amazing.